"I'm not your child," Darius exclaimed as he threw up his hands in frustration on Lisa's chocolate brown leather sofa. He knew she would be upset that he missed her big night due to entrepreneur demands, but he didn't know their discussion would escalate to one of the biggest fights they'd ever had. He usually was pretty immaculate when it came to communicating any changes and delays, but there had been some major issues at the first Friday event that he got wrapped up in. The security was a no-show, and he quickly had to enlist another company. The lack of security created delays at the door, so major damage control by way of apologies, explanations, and smiles from Darius as the face and owner of the brand was required. And if that wasn't enough, the venue ran out of liquor, and he had to look into acquiring more. Even with his team, he was running around putting out fires non-stop for 2 hours straight. He looked up and realized he had completely lost track of time. His heart literally skipped a beat. He turned everything over to his team, immediately left for Kodak's, only to discover she had already left. He headed straight for her place. As he drove, he had plenty of time to reflect on the changes he needed to make regarding balancing his love life with his growing business, on what Lisa may be thinking or feeling, and most of all, what he would say to her. He knew she was huge on accountability, but this had never happened before. He may have been late, he may have had to reschedule a time or 10, but he had never completely hit her with a no-call, no-show. That, he decided, would be what would save the night. She would surely not be that upset. She supported him. She understood. She loved him. She probably wouldn't even be mad, he decided. She may roll her eyes and demand a good effort in some way to make up, but that would be it. He pulled up to her place, looking forward to quickly apologizing, explaining himself, and salvaging the rest of their night by debriefing with wine and some of the leftovers from their anniversary dinner. "Why is it whenever I call you out for not doing something you said you were going to do, you get dismissive or defensive?" Lisa snappily replied, complete with an eye roll as she leaned forward towards him on the sofa. Lisa was devastated and disappointed, to say the least, after what she thought was a real heart-to-heart about her concerns the night before. Less than 24 hours later, he literally did what she was so worried he would do. He didn't make it. She started to text him when she got off stage. She was a little worried, but when she checked the social media of his promotion company and saw the event in full swing and him engaging with the attendees, she quickly eliminated that rationale. She didn't have time to process that because Suzanne Gordy had come backstage. She enjoyed her performance. She wanted to have a meeting with her. What a bittersweet moment. Darius was supposed to be there with her for that moment. She didn't even feel up to staying around after that. She left early and headed home. On her ride, she had plenty of time to reflect on their relationship, on the times that he put his ambitions first, and how in the moment she felt on the bottom of his list of priorities. What could have kept him from taking 2 seconds to let her know? Even more so, what could have kept him from not leaving? He said he had staff. She decided the answer was because he knew she'd forgive him. He knew she'd be understanding. He knew she wouldn't push once he quickly explained himself and moved on. Was she too nice, she thought? By the time she made it home, she decided she was too nice. Her sadness and frustration had turned to anger, and she didn't abate it. Tonight, she would not be letting him off easy. No excuses would be accepted. She got his text stating that he was on the way, and she couldn't wait for him to arrive and give him a piece of her mind.